Without a vision, the people perish. Welcome to Vision Plus, a program featuring a positive outlook, dealing with everyday situations of marriage, children, and business. Believing Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Teacher, author, speaker, delighting audiences from New York to Sacramento with a heart and message for the people today. Bonnie would like to remind you of the 800 number on the screen. Please feel free to call at any time throughout the broadcast and share your concerns. Leave your prayer request and someone will pray with you. And now, teacher, author, and speaker, Bonnie Libhart.
Hello and welcome. I'm Bonnie Libhart and you're watching Vision Plus. Without a vision, the people perish. And I have two young ladies here today that had a great vision to do something incredible with their life. They came all the way over from Russia, from the former Soviet Union. And as many of you that watch the program week after year, you know that we had a daughter, Emily Dawn Libhart, that was a Russian interpreter. And she had actually taken people to the former Soviet Union. She had taken, the group had taken 1 million Bibles, and she was, as you know, most of you do, that she was killed. And so we honor her life by being a part of the University of Alabama program where they bring the Russians, Ukrainians, all nationalities come over to the United States. And one of the things that they do, these two are people that I'm going to call them the entrepreneurs. They like to actually be involved in helping people start new businesses or maybe even themselves or teaching that. I know that our guest, Irena Borisova, and they'll correct me on my pronunciation, that she is actually works at a bank. I believe it's MDM Bank, and that is in Irkutsk in Siberia. And it's almost to the, if you look on the map, you know that Siberia is as big as the whole United States, the 48 states in the south. Bigger, my husband is saying, bigger. And so it's very large. So their town is, I think, around 600,000 people. We're only here in the Huntsville, Alabama area. We're only about 250 to 300,000 if you count Madison County and Huntsville, Madison, and Madison County. And they're here for a couple of weeks working with Dr. John Pottinger and Tammy. I'm not going to attempt to say her last name. I'd be ruining that worse than I did Borisova. And also Natasha or Natalie, I think she's called by both names, she's going to be the interpreter today for us. And I'd like you to welcome them and see what it's like to be a part of the former Soviet Union by meeting these two lovely girls. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure that Irena is wondering, what in the world did she say? But it was good. It was good. Okay, now tell me what you do, each one of you do for your vocation, your job. I know you're married and have a child and parents, but you have a real job too with MDM Bank. And so go ahead. You tell us about your bank and what you do.
Нужно рассказать о своем банке и что ты там делаешь.
Я работаю в иркутском филиале Московского банка. Я занимаюсь кредитованием малого бизнеса.
She works in Irkutsk branch of the bank that is situated in Moscow, and she gives loans to small businesses.
So you're here, and what are you learning primarily while you're here?
Мы здесь, и что самое главное, что мы здесь хотим найти, чему научиться.
Мы хотим научиться, как развивать малый бизнес, как помогать ему.
We want to know and to learn about how to develop a new business, how to develop small businesses, and to help small businesses.
What do your parents think about your coming all the way, and your children, all the way from the Siberia, Irkutsk to Huntsville, Alabama? What are they saying? Oh, where are you going?
Что думают дети, твои родители и семья, что ты поехала сюда, в Америку? Или они просто думают, куда ты едешь?
Нет, они очень рады моему профессиональному образованию, это же мой рост.
They are very glad that Irena will learn more about the work and the small businesses, and that is her professional training and growth.
Training and growth, that's good. Now, you're called Natalie by some people and Natasha by some people. Tell us your last name and what you do, Natasha.
My name is Natalie Shulyashkina. I'm a managing director of a privately owned company that produces soft drinks, mineral water, and pure water.
So mineral water, pure water, and soft drinks. What type of soft drinks?
It's like orange, cola, peach, whatever fruits can be.
Oh, I love peach drink. And so how long have you worked there?
I have been working for 6 years already.
Now, in the resumes that it told about you girls, it said that Irena was known by most everyone in her town for the work she does.
Yes, it is. And when I started my own business, I also worked with Irena, and she was working in a municipality and helped us to develop our business also.
Municipality. Mm-hmm. And what is your business? Or is it the one with the soft drinks?
Only soft drinks.
Is that your own business?
Yes, it is. And me and my husband established it.
All right. So you're already an entrepreneur. Did you write a business plan like Tana Treno was teaching you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. The same, almost the same.
Tell us a little bit about some of the other positions that you've held at Irena.
Расскажи еще, о какие позиции, в каких должностях ты работала раньше.
13 лет после окончания института я проработала в администрации города Иркутска, мэрии города Иркутска, и занималась развитием малого бизнеса. Я написала 4 программы и реализовала их, и результаты в Иркутске налицо.
After she graduated from Irkutsk University, for 13 years she worked for municipality of Irkutsk, and she developed 4 business programs for small businesses, and all the programs were completed, and the results were very good and excellent.
You have several people, there are about 10 that came, all from Irkutsk. And how did you get selected to come to the University of Alabama in Huntsville, Alabama?
There was an interview first of small businesses, then people who help small businesses to be developed and to be organized as a new ones. And so all of us were interviewed about our jobs, our goals, and programs that we have, so that we were selected.
How did you, when you were a little girl, think, I want to go to America, I want to go to the United States of America? Was that a dream you had someday?
Well, for me, it is the second time that I'm in US, and yes, I would say that America was my dream.
Now, where were you the first time?
For the first time, I was in Maryland, in La Plata.
And ask her if she had a dream and a goal to come here.
У тебя была мечта приехать сюда, в Америку?
Yes.
Short answer, yes. Duh. I'm learning to say duh. And spasiba. Thank you very much. What do you think you will actually learn differently than what you knew over in the Soviet Union?
To learn here. The best thing is to see how the small businesses in US cooperate between each other, how small business cooperates with the government, and how the government helps to be developed in this area. So that is.
How different is that than Irkutsk, Siberia?
Usually for small business it's very difficult to get help from the government. They only say about this, but doesn't actually help us.
They haven't put their money where their mouth is, as we say it. But the banker here is putting her money where her mouth is, and what did your husband, your daughter, and your parents think about you coming here?
Что думают твои родители, дочь и муж о том, что ты сюда приехала?
Как я уже сказала, они рады тому, что я приехала, они рады моему профессиональному развитию, и я должна привести новые идеи, новые планы какие-то для моего профессионализма.
As she has already said, that they are very glad that Irena came to America, and they set her to bring new ideas, to develop her own job, and for the family also.
Now, we always thought that the Russians were very serious. They didn't wear bright colors. Because when my daughter was there in the 90s, she took only dark clothes. And you two are just, I was so shocked when you came in and you had butterflies and sequins on your clothes. So you do like bright clothes too, don't you?
Yes, we do, and that is not true that we like dark colors and that there are bears on the streets. So it's not true.
You probably even have street sweepers over there, don't you? Yeah. What do you do for recreation? What is fun to you?
Что ты делаешь для отдыха? Что является твоим отдыхом?
Это чтение книг, это фитнес, это плавание в бассейне, интернет, и основное это занятие с моей дочерью.
That is swimming, reading books, playing with her daughter, and internet.
And her daughter's 13 years old, has turned 13, and in the going into the, would we call it the 8th grade? Would that be the equivalent of the 8th grade?
Ей 13, и она ходит в 8 класс?
Нет, ей 13, и она перешла в 7 класс.
To the 7th grade.
7th grade, okay. Because she just turned 13, I think. What does she like to do? Teenagers that are new teenagers like that, what is fun to them?
Что любит делать твоя дочь как тинейджер, как подросток?
Она любит кино, она любит общаться с друзьями тоже через интернет. Она любит время, которое она проводит со мной.
She likes communicated with her friends via internet, and she also likes very much playing with her mom.
Oh, what do you play?
Что вы делаете с ней? Во что играете?
Просто мы проводим время вместе, не обязательно это игры. Главное, что мы вместе делаем все.
They just spend the time together and do everything in house and out house activities.
Now, do each of you own your own home? Do a lot of these 10 people that come up here own their own home? Or most people have an individual home?
No, usually we have apartments. So Irena also does.
Okay. And do you own the apartments, or are they?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So even though we might even call them condominiums here, or yeah.
That is condominium. Yeah?
Yes. Now, when we had Olga from Vladivostok, her grandfather was KGB, and they owned a car, but they didn't have enough money to put gas in it most of the time, so the car stayed there. But that's been in the 90s, so changed now. So do you have, each of your families have cars, or many?
And our families have cars, and I personally have a car, and Irena also has it. Yeah.
And so
and we like driving a lot, and we are missing a car driving here.
Well, next time get an international driver's license, because I was saying to Irena, I wish you could drive so I could be doing some other things. She said only in Russia could she drive. But next time, international driver's license. Oh, now, you drive on the wrong side of the street, don't you? Or do we drive on the wrong side of the street? Opposite side?
Now we drive the same line. Yeah, yeah. It's only in Japan and in England. They drive an opposite side.
Okay, I thought the steering wheel was on the other side, and show my ignorance. And so, what do you think when you go back? Will you have a group of people to speak to? How will you implement what you've learned here? How will you actually teach it or implement it? Is there another word I could think of?
Когда мы вернемся назад домой, как мы расскажем на работе или группе людей о том, что мы здесь научились, и как мы заставим их делать тому, чему здесь научились?
Мы должны разработать план действий нашей группы, который будет говорить о развитии малого бизнеса. И этот план мы должны реализовать в России, в Иркутске в частности.
We have to develop an action plan here, staying in US, and then when we come back to Russia, we are going to implement it all together, all 10 people that are staying here right now.
And how will you implement it? Will you have group meetings? Will you meet with companies? Will it be like the Chamber of Commerce? How will you implement it? Or will you get a group of people together?
First of all, we will meet with our own companies and to discuss the ideas. Then we are going to meet all together to discuss the problems that may arise. And after that, we are going to talk with a Chamber of Commerce about this plan.
And perhaps do seminars there?
Yeah, sure.
So you will do some of the things Tana Torino has been teaching you?
Yes, in the same form. It's very easy to understand and then to implement all these programs.
Now, were all of her documents were in English, weren't they? So, but you can still take those documents and translate them to Russian.
Some of the documents are in English, but some of them are in Russian also. And Tana Tarana, she's going to write a CD for us and to make sure that we have all the papers that she gave us.
So, but she did have some in Russian?
Yes, she did.
Was it like the outline or?
Yeah, it was an outline and some presentations.
So, do you think that it will be well received at the Chamber of Commerce and the things you've learned and want to implement?
I think yes, because some of our people are working in Chamber of Commerce, so it would be easy to talk about this.
Do you want to tell Irena what I just said?
Как ты думаешь, легко ли будет в торговой палате рассказать то, что мы чего здесь научились, и заставить их внедрить эти программы?
Я думаю, что рассказать будет легко, а внедрить мы постараемся, это наша задача.
She says that it would be easy to talk about all these issues. However, we are going to be strong to implement all of this.
Going to be strong?
Strong. Make more, how to say, very.
You'll think of it in a minute. Yeah.
And the main goal for us is to implement it.
Yes. Now, what are any of your former relatives, your ancestors, were they? Did you have a kind feeling about the United States? I know you're Russian Jew. Your grandfather's Jewish grandfather or grandmother? Oh, both. Grandmother, grandfather, mother, and father, 50-50. My nephew, my brother, married a girl who's a German Jew that got to the United States during World War II because they were able to, um, I don't know how, they got here. That's the main thing. And I know now a lot of Russian Jews are going back to Israel. You've been there, haven't you, to Israel?
Она говорит о том, что многие русские евреи возвращаются снова в Израиль, и она знает, что ты была там в Израиле.
Да, я была в Израиле. Многие русские возвращались в Израиль, а сейчас они возвращаются обратно в Россию, потому что война в Израиле, она выгоняет всех обратно.
She was in Israel, but she says that many Jewish are going back to Russia because of the war.
Yes, the war in Russia is just in Israel. It's scaring them to say, "Hey, we need to go back to Russia."
And the economic situation in Russia has been changed, so they are getting back to Russia.
Because there's more. It's more. Let me use the word democratic, entrepreneurial. There's more money. Yeah. There's more money. Freer to do things. Do your parents ever tell you about times when it wasn't so free to own your own business, your own apartment, your own car?
Было ли время, когда твои родители говорили о том времени, когда не было возможности купить бизнес, купить квартиру, купить машину?
Да, было. Было время, когда было сложно. Сейчас демократия и свобода.
Yes, the parents told us about that time, but now there are many opportunities to start your business and to have freedom in Russia.
And that is good. That is good. So are you happy with the leaders in Russia? How do you feel about the leaders in Russia?
Как ты думаешь об образовании, скажем так, о свободе в России на сегодняшний день?
У нас большой выбор сейчас образования. Есть много совместных советско-американских, российско-американских университетов. У нас представительство. Мы можем выбрать образование.
There is a great choice in education in Russia. You can study even in Russia, in US. So she feels very good about this. Everything depends on money that you have.
So that's why you want to have the entrepreneurs to start new businesses. Now, what kind of finances did you need to start a new business? $1 million, $100,000, $2? What?
Сколько денег нужно для того, чтобы начать свой собственный бизнес? Миллионы, миллиарды, тысячи, $2?
Для маленького бизнеса торговли достаточно $100,000. А если это уже производство, то это $500,000.
It's enough 100,000 for sales, but about 500,000 for production. Rubles.
What was the last word? What was the last word? Oh, please.
500
Rubles. And so what is that in American dollar? I should know.
It's like 300 dollars for sales, and
It still takes a lot of money to get a business. Tony and I started a business, a street sweeper manufacturing company. Do we sell any in the former Soviet Union anywhere or Ukraine? Not now. I mean now. Okay, now we're selling them there. And we started it in our garage. He made a design that was unique, that no one else had that design, and so we made one street sweeper in our garage, and we're sitting at the kitchen bar, like that little bar over there, and I'm not paying much attention to him, and he said, "My wife will have it there by time to sweep 10 o'clock tonight." And then my ears perked up, and I said, "Have it where?" He said, "Wichita, Kansas," and that was hundreds of miles from where we were. I said, I'm going to drive a street sweeper now and get to Wichita, Kansas, hundreds of miles away, in time for them to sweep they swept parking lots and all those kind. And so that started our business. The person bought it. We went to a trade show. Do you have trade shows there?
Yes, we do have
And you exhibit your
exhibits and trade shows and seminars about tradings, about the products that we produce or sell. So we do have.
And one that we went to in Philadelphia, we couldn't afford a space, so we just had to have, to purchase a space in the trade show. So we just had it in the parking lot of the hotel, and people came and we sold. How many did we sell, Tony? 9 of them. And one guy wanted to pay us with cash, $1,000 bills. Tony said, no, I'm not going to walk around Philadelphia with $20,000 in my pocket, cash. Huh? $100 bills. Okay, enough to make $20,000. So anyway, it's a lot of money. $100 bills. He has to keep correcting me. And I told somebody about a lake we were near in Texas. I said, it's an 800,000 acre lake. It was an 8,000 acre. I just had one little extra word. So, but we understand and are excited about your entrepreneurship, because we teach that. We want people to go for their vision, their goal, set themselves a goal, a long range, a short range, a tangible, intangible goal, and go for it. So that's what you're doing.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Setting goals.
setting goals, and we implement them in practice. Yeah.
And so the guys and the girls are all working together. The young men work with you just well, very well. The young men work with you well in this getting ready to implement this back in Irkutsk.
Yes, he also going to work with us, but we are all working in different places.
Like what kind of other places? We just have a couple minutes left, but what other types of businesses are represented with the 10?
Educational center, a bank, manufacturing, internet cafe, and what else? Municipality. So that's it.
Chamber of Commerce. That's great. So, communication, future communication. Now, what future communication? Do I have time for that? Okay, tell us about the future in communication, if you want to respond.
Well, you see, our host families are all the Americans that have met us. We are going to communicate with them on a regular basis via internet, via phone, because we like them very much.
I hope so. Yes. Well, I want to thank you, Spasiba, very much for being here and taking time. And I thought Irena was supposed to be nervous. She doesn't seem nervous at all. Okay. Well, I want to thank you, Irena Borisova and Natalie
Shuleshkina.
And Bonnie Libhart and Tony Libhart. And you, without you, it wouldn't matter whether we were here or not. And bless your heart for watching.